Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm gonna retell about my journal for English exam. New title is Markup on in oil palm price in Indonesia. Uh, New analysis for palm cooking oil in Indonesia was carried out using the review method utilizing data source from Compass. Data collection was carried out using the keyword cooking oil. Furthermore, the 22 news headlines were analyzed and grouped according to research objective because of the increase in cooking oil price, the government action to overcome these problems, and the impact caused by the increase in cooking oil price. The result and conclusion are that the cause of the increase in cooking oil price include 14. Diversion of sales from modern retail to traditional market and public panic buying. The government action are to make policy regarding cooking oil at one price per liter, establish a food task force team, create a complaint hotline, and provide a budget for subsidizing cooking oil price. As for the impact, there was a demonstration demanding a reduction in the price of cooking oil. A change in the way people cook from frying to boiling, which result in general chairperson of the Indonesian Democratic Party of struggle feeling disappointed as a result of being bullied by netizens for suggesting a change in the cooking process. The next impact is that there are keys in various regions to get cooking oil through a cheap market organized by the government. The background from this journal is until now, cooking oil is still a rare item in the market. Why the price of cooking oil is expensive and rare is a question for most Indonesians. The increase in cooking oil price has occurred since the end of 2021 and hasn't yet been resolved. Starting from November 2021, the price of branded packaged cooking oil had increased into 4,000 rupiah per liter. The government also intervened by setting one price policy for cooking oil, which is 14,000 rupiah per liter. Quote from kontan.co.id. The Ministry of Trade has also implemented domestic market obligation and domestic price obligation policies. After cooking oil price were set at 11 and 500,000 rupiah to 40,000 rupiah per liter. When cooking oil was available in retail store, supermarket, and traditional market, they were so scarce. So why is cooking oil expensive and rare? Apparently, the increase in vegetable cooking oil price didn't only occur in Indonesia, but also throughout the world. Currently, the price of crude palm oil or crude vegetable oil has soared to equivalent in Indonesia 19,291 uh, 19 million, 19,291,243 rupiah. The increase in the price of crude oil on a global scale from CNBC Indonesia, Executive Director of the Indonesian Vegetable Oil Industry Association, Chad Sinaka, explained the reason why crude oil price in the world soared. He said that the demand for vegetable oil was increasing after the policies related to COVID-19. The policy related to COVID-19 health protocol began to lose to make an so it make an impact for the vegetable oil price. But on the other hand, world vegetable oil production fell 3.5% in 2021 and disrupt the supply of crude oil for other refined oils. Focus and research kept the phenomenon of cooking oil immediately disappeared. This is the government policy to reorganize goods with the highest retail price and domestic market application for Indonesian mainstay commodities. The policy stated in the Minister of Trade Regulation, the HET for packaged cooking oil is revoked so that the price returns to its relative value in the market. Meanwhile, for cooking oil, the HT is set at 14,000 per liter. The Ministry of Trade has also implemented domestic market application and domestic price application policies. The Ministry of Trade implement the TMO and TPO policies for cooking oil starting January 27, 2022. With the TMO and TPO policies, the Minister of Trade stated that the highest retail price for cooking oil will only apply. The HET for cooking oil caused the price to drop and is effective from February 1st, 2022. The following is breakdown to the highest retail price. For cooking oil from February 1st, 2022, the price of bulk cooking oil is 11,500,000 rupiah per liter. The price of simple packaged cooking oil is 13,500 rupiah per liter. The price of premium packaged cooking oil is 14,000 rupiah per liter. After cooking oil price were set at 11,500 rupiah per liter, when cooking oil was available in retail, store, supermarket, traditional market, they were so scarce. The government decided to start by increasing the level so that cooking oil stock do not run abroad. Uh, Muhammad Lutfi said that there will be an economy where it will be more profitable to sell it than to export abroad. Uh, this is a market mechanism. We have to maintain stability, at least supply to the market, the public. Third minister uh, asked to immediately normalize cooking oil price regarding the head of the state intelligence agency. The new policy will be layered with a social safety net accommodating people who still cannot supporting program. Economists of INDEF Institute for Development of Economic and Finance. Uh, the difficulties of access to the lower class economy that have occurred so far in traditional market. But for that, the government must really ensure that all cooking oil flows to traditional market, not intercepted by counterfeit who turn into puddle oil to sell it at high price. If the supervision is broken, will be no more subsidized oil leak. For example, by being falsified into packaged oil or smuggled out, display shortage will occur again. And the price cooking oil in general will not be controlled. Since the beginning, uh, from previous research, with the same theme as now of October 2021, the price of cooking oil in Indonesia has increased significantly. Based on data from the National Strategic Food Price Information in Center in datadata.id, the price of cooking oil on October 7, 2021 has reached 15,000 rupiah per kilogram. But even sadder is the price of cooking oil in early January 2022 continued to soar, reaching 80,500 rupiah per liter. The price of blended packaged cooking oil also reached a higher price, which was 21,000 rupiah per liter. The high demand and decreasing supply of cooking oil in scarcity and in an increase in cooking oil prices in most regions in Indonesia. Meanwhile, cooking oil is one of the community most needed commodities to fulfill their food needs. Therefore, the scarcity of cooking oil is very unsettling for innocent people, particularly for the lower middle class. People are starting to wonder about the cost of the price increasing the scarcity of cooking oil in the market. And hope after this journal is done, the writer wish for good to Indonesian economy to be responsible and has independency to stand with our feet in this global economy to use all the source in our land and sea. The writer knows that to make that happen is not easily as it seems, so hopefully for the future we always want to be better country than yesterday. Review of related literature. Scarcity of cooking oil in Indonesia has been experienced by Indonesian people for the last 2 months. Economically, the turbulence of cooking oil price in domestic market is very easy to explain. Examining the fact that the price increase are in line with the soaring price of crude palm oil, or CPO, the main raw material for cooking oil. If the fluctuation in cooking oil price are easily understood economically, this is not the case with the political dimension. In the political economic framework, the government must realize that there is no policy, economic and political, that can satisfy all parties optimally. Each interest group will try to get maximum economic benefit uh, with the least amount of effort. Therefore, every policy, economic and political, always has beneficiary and disadvantaged party. From a political economy perspective, the government faces challenge in making the right policies in the cooking oil crisis in Indonesia. In the political economy, especially in the market, it is not seen from the aspect of buying and selling behavior, but they are constituent actors who are the people who are important. Uh, what made the Kosandi PhD lecturer of the Department of Political Science said in webinar with the team strategy for resolving the cooking oil crisis in Indonesia. In the case of the scarcity of cooking oil, the government faced a dilemma between the market and the community. This issue is indeed motivated by the increase in the price of palm oil in the world. Rare packaged cooking oil when applied to HCT or highest retail price, but when following market price, social and political issues arise in the community. Then there is the issue that the government is not siding with the people, and there is a cooking oil cartel. The cartel issue seem to have been justified by the Minister of Trade in front of members of the Indonesian House of Representatives. The Trade Minister said that there was a cooking oil mafia who took personally profit so that various government policies were blunt in the market. Admit that this ministry authority was very limited. This mafia or cartel can be done through three things: price, production, and marketing area. Policies in the palm oil industry sector include the downstreaming of palm oil-based industry since 2007 with innovation that Indonesia has succeeded in developing 168 type of derivative products, 80% export of derivative product and cooking oil production. Their centralization under the Palm Oil Plantation Fund Management Agency, and there is a P30 program mixing 30% palm biodiesel with 70% diesel oil. From the government steps, it is clear that the government has made effort to develop the domestic palm oil industry. The dilemma faced by the state on the one hand is that the state wants to develop the palm oil industry, but on the other hand, it's plagued by issues such as the environment, forest, land conversion, and the issue of taking side with the community. Some of the problems faced in the policy paradigm have a tendency to be dominated by the power paradigm. There is a narrative of dependence on domestic consumption of cooking oil, so that there is need to be change in people behavior as if that is sort of the problem. Then there is also a narrative of hoarding cooking oil. The narrative that are constructed like this may be true, but in practice, a problem are related to supply, which should be regulated, but what is raised in another matter. There are several policy options, including the development of the palm oil industry that must be sustainable and that community must be involved in state policies. From regulatory side, make arrangement for prioritizing domestic market supply and apply domestic trade incentive. Regarding distribution, the domestic market must be protected and tighten supervision of the domestic market and international trade. The policy must be redistributive, which means the income of palm oil product for the environment, industry, and domestic market. 3. Methodology. Qualitative research, namely observation, visual analysis, literature study, and interview. Empirical result and discussion. World vegetable oil price rise. One of the reasons why cooking oil price have skyrocketed is the increase in world vegetable oil price. Based on information on katadata.co.id, at the end of last January, Commission number 6 of the DPR summoned the Minister of Trade Ahmad Lutfi, in front of member of Commission 6 of the GPR. The Minister of Trade explained that the increase in cooking oil price was caused by the increase in the price of crude palm oil. Until January 2022, the average world CPO price reached 30,000 rupiah per liter. The price is up about 77% compared to January 2021, according to investing.com data. Price of CPO was at the level of 2010 US dollar per ton on Wednesday, March 9, 2022. On the Rotterdam Commodity Exchange, the price is known to have increased by around 10.14% from the previous close of only 1,800 US dollar per ton. Advertisement: the war between Russia and Ukraine raised concern about the world vegetable oil shortage. This is because Ukraine is one of the countries that produce sunflower-based vegetable oil. This extent of war can disrupt sunflower oil troops in Europe and beyond. If the supply of sunflower oil is disrupted, it will also disrupt global CPO demand. This caused the price of palm oil to soar after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Conclusion: the high demand and decreasing supply of cooking oil in scarcity and an increase in cooking oil price in most regions in Indonesia from 2022 made every sector affect from individual until big scale of region in Indonesia. Markup is the most thing that trigger people to move themselves into panic buying. The increase in cooking oil price was mainly due to the sharp increase in international CPO price. International CPO rises when palm oil harvest declines so that the law of market supply and demand applies so that the supply of CPO become limited and cause a disruption to the distribution chain, supply chain of the cooking oil industry. Distribution of CPO quotes where there is an increase in CPO demand for the fulfillment of the biodiesel industry in line with the implementation of the iterative policy. Crude palm oil (CPO) producers have complied with the domestic market obligation policy by supplying 351 million liters of domestic cooking oil. Thank you. I think that's all for the English final semester. I'm Chef Amar. Thank you.